Hello and welcome to one of our Beta Love Your Body Month videos. We are going to be demoing today Stretchmark treatment using Dermapen. It can be an uncomfortable treatment because we are working much deeper onto the skin area with regards to skin stretching and scar tissue. My lovely model I've got here today, these are some very old, what would be deemed silvery aged stretch marks. They're quite deep, they're quite prominent. We've done into the skin. So we stretch the area and then we apply in our usual application the vertical lines followed by the horizontal lines. Alright, darling? Tickles. Yeah. Got tickling happening here. So there we go. Straight from the horse's mouth. It is not considered too painful. Okay, so the skin will be going pink. In some cases we'll have little blood spots, and even more so when we get into deeper areas we can take the needle depth a bit deeper as well. So I'm going to work on a few larger areas and keep going for a while until we've got a few blood spots surfacing. So here we've got a couple of little blood spots just surfacing. That is completely normal. It means we've got to the right depth of the skin. And we're going to do this until we've covered this whole area. So it's going to take a little while, maybe about 20 minutes for this sort of area. So this is where we've got some very well stretched ones because it's venturing into an area where the hips would have been adding to the stretch as well. We've got some quite deep, widened areas of stretch mark, which many would think is very hard to get rid of, but we have seen some wonderful results with Dermapen. So fingers crossed, we're going to have some good news for you in about 4 to 6 weeks when Hannah's skin has undergone this restoring and reviving of the skin cells, which just lose all their elasticity, all of their oomph, all of their plumpness, all of their tautness. It's all part and parcel package of being a mum. As a rule, there are the odd robots that absolutely get no scars whatsoever. I don't think they're real. So Hannah's skin type 1 or 2 here is actually a very good Fitzpatrick scale to show the intensity of how pink the scars can then become and how raised they then become as well. This is a good sign. It means that we've got lots of circulation to the area, we've got lots of blood spotting, we've caused all those little fissures to the area, and the difference now we've reached the halfway mark is quite intense, isn't it? You've got a real pinkening of where those where that scar tissue is. And she's probably not going to want to get her tummy out at the beach anytime soon at the moment, just because of how pink and scarred it's going to be for a little while it's healing. So do expect that if you're booking in for these treatments. It's the same with any area, be it under the arms or inner thigh or back of the thigh or the hips or the bum. You're going to have this kind of speckled pinky brown scarring that happens on the surface. It's just your skin's way of trying to restore and heal itself. Perfectly normal. The idea being that once that's dispersed and gone and found its way away into your body, what's left will be a far less prominent scar tissue or stretch mark. I don't know if anybody knows the history of the Dermapen, but microneedling itself actually was a clinical treatment for the burns unit. So anybody who had undergone major surgery with skin grafting and they ended up with what would have been severe scar tissue from this brand new skin that's been being cut on very damaged skin, ends up with a very uneven texture. So microneedling was invented as a way of trying to get that skin to become a bit more alive and heal as well as it could do, and become a lot smoother over time. So the more you did it, the more your skin bounced back. And there are some amazing, amazing before and afters of microneedling with severe surgeries. And it just takes time. You can't expect these things to happen overnight. Skin is slow. It takes a while to get used to things. It takes a while to heal. So this is why we say 6 weeks for the healing time. Right, I'm gonna make that my last area. I'm sure Hannah is quite relieved about, because we're very pinky now, which means she'll be feeling very warm. And I'm just going to apply one more amount of Hyperactive over the whole area. So this area that we started with, does that feel quite warm?
Yeah, it feels quite tender.
Quite tender now. So it's very, very normal to be this sort of pinky tone with this little kind of circle of some of the blood cells. So what I'm going to do for Hannah, just because she's been amazing, is cover the area with some gauze, and I'm going to saturate it with some saline solution for her, which will feel like absolute heaven. Just gives it that little bit of a timeout after a lot of aggravation. And that's it. We'll see where we come in about 6 weeks' time.